One. Get email updates. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. Okay, anyways, hello everyone. I hope you all are having a great Sunday. We had a pretty great day. Went to church with my daughter and with my friends, and we went to Texas Roadhouse. That's one of my favorite places to go to eat here in Coeur d'Alene. Although I ended up filling up on the rolls and the house salad, and I had a full slab of ribs and some fries, but I ended up filling up on the bread and the salad, so I ended up just leaving the fries and took the whole slab of ribs home, so I'm going to have that later. But I really do enjoy their food, and a lot of people say it's overrated, and that's their opinion and their business, but we like going there. Maybe we don't go all the time, maybe a couple times a year, but it's still, always delicious. Yeah, it also sung the praises of, Dockside. That's a fancy kind of relatively high-class restaurant that's in the Coeur d'Alene Resort in downtown Coeur d'Alene. They're also really good. They have good burgers, good fish and chips, an awesome salad bar. So, yeah, I love me some, unhealthy, greasy, delicious food. I'm not gonna lie about that. So I hope you all are doing well. And once again, I came on here and now I'm not even sure what to talk about. I had a topic picked out and now I'm trying to think, what was that topic? Well, I mean, obviously I'm here still promoting this YouTube channel. My goal is 1,000 subscribers by January. So, let's see. I guess I can go ahead, and do a live review about the Isabella House in Spokane. Let's see, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so basically, the Isabella House is an inpatient treatment facility. It's over in Brown's Addition in Spokane, Washington. It's for females with or without children, and it's a 6-month inpatient treatment program. And if you're a mom, you have kids or whatever, usually, well, depending on your circumstances, you can bring your children with you. That's one of the reasons why I agreed to go to treatment. Because before that, just before I got accepted into the program, I was living in Puyallup in one of my friend's garages with Morgan. And Morgan was just a toddler back then. So, obviously had no place to go. And I was going to outpatient treatment over in Puyallup, Washington. And they already knew my situation. They knew I was having issues staying clean and sober. So the new counselor that I had, she had suggested Isabella House. And it took a while. I mean, geez, how long did it take? I don't know. I feel like it took a couple of weeks, maybe even a month, to finally, get the green light to be able to go and do that. And it was awesome because, they accepted state coverage. And the clinic actually, paid for our bus fare to get there. Like I said, we went via, Greyhound from Tacoma, Washington, all the way to Spokane, Washington. It was like a 9.5 hour bus ride, a Greyhound bus. Yeah. I mean, I can't say it was over the top horrible, the ride. I mean, it was a little bit challenging having a little kid who's in diapers. You got the car seat and this and that. But it wasn't over the top horrible. I mean, we made it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So if anybody's out there right now and in this general area, if you're struggling with addiction and you're female and you're looking for a treatment facility that will help and that accepts state coverage, I would suggest Isabella House. And their phone number is 509-624-1244. And I'm just going to come out and say, let's see, trying to see where my review was. I'm pretty sure I gave them Oh yes, I gave them 4 years ago. I gave them an actual 5-star review. So I give them 5 out of 5 stars. Um, and all I put was a pretty good treatment program. Now, for me, what made it good was the staff, um, the activities and programs that we participated in. You know, the counselors as well. They were very supportive. Um, yeah, they were really willing to go above and beyond to help you reach your goals. See, my biggest thing going in there, though, was the fact I wouldn't be able to smoke cigarettes anymore. I've smoked cigarettes for longer than I did drugs, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that was a tough one for me. Now, thank God they had patches there. So, for the first 3 months of being there, you would get the patch. Well, the last 3 months, you wouldn't get anything at all, you see. So I remember just dreading that day when I wasn't going to be able to use patches anymore, or anything for that matter. I felt like I was just going to lose my mind, and it was rough. But I am so immensely grateful that I was given the opportunity to be able to get rid of that addiction. Like I said, it was bothering me more. You know, it was harder to quit than the drugs were. So, you know, glory to God for that one. Yeah, so like I said, it's a solid program. It's really good. The only thing that nearly sent me over the edge was the other residents. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of them were super cool. They're super cool females that you'd probably want to hang out with sometime, like in the outside world, you know what I mean? But then there were those select few who were there, probably court ordered to be there. They didn't want to be there, and they were miserable. So guess what? They're going to do whatever they can to make you miserable too, especially if they think that you might be someone who would excel and succeed in the program. Like they say, misery loves company. I've had so many people just poke and prod and do and say whatever they could to try to get me to snap. Because the moment I snap, it's all over for me and my kid. I get booted out, and I get into a worse, probably worse situation than I was when I got there. But I'm not trying to do that. You know what I mean? So it took a lot of self-control, a lot of God's grace and mercy to make it through. Yeah, it was a tough one. So I can't say that I have a bad temper. I just have a low tolerance for disrespectful, busybody people. And like I said, there was a few of them that were like that in that house, and they were stirring things up. Now, if you're a person who has a really bad temper, if you have anger issues, if you have a history of violence, then Isabella House, it may not be for you. However, I mean, you know, a couple of the girls that were in there, they're people that you wouldn't want to make mad because they probably would break some of your bones or worse. But they seem to be able to handle themselves there too. You know what I mean? And I'm also grateful for that. Nobody ever wants to see anybody get into a fight or somebody get hurt or whatever, you know, just people, yeah. It's so much better when people just mind their own business, live and let live, and accomplish, you know, being able to accomplish their goals as well. You know what I mean? So yes, it's a great place, I think. And another thing that I kind of regretted was not being able to explore Spokane as much as I wanted to. I mean, I can do that now if I wanted, but now I just don't have the desire to. Back then, I was like, oh man, I want to check out downtown and check out some of the shops they have. And they have this mall. It's called River Park Square. For those of you who've never been to Spokane, it's a mall, but it's got like, you know, 2, 3, maybe 4 levels. So it almost makes you think of Lloyd Center in Portland, Oregon. I mean, a little bit, but I thought it was pretty cool. I think they have a Nordstrom's there. You know, and a couple other department stores. And in Spokane, downtown Spokane, they also have that Lego store that just recently opened. I haven't been there yet, but my friend this afternoon was talking about it. Yeah. And overall, they have a 3.1 rating, so they get, you know, overall they get 3 out of 5 stars. Now I could totally understand that too. But like I said, as far as I'm concerned, when I was there, it was a very solid program. The lady who runs, or one of the people who runs the place, she asked me if I would like to go back there one day and speak to the current residents about my life and my struggles and how I was able to make it through. She was like, Deborah, I know it was not an easy time for you. You struggled a lot. And I'm like, yeah, you have no idea. It was quite the struggle getting through that. And once again, I'm going to do that whole cliche thing, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. But like I said, if you have a really, really bad anger problem or a history of violence, like I said, you might want to steer clear of that, because there's a lot of people there looking to push your buttons, trying to get you to snap. So yeah, that's that's all bad. Geez, what else was I going to say about the place? Oh man, I don't know. My memory is just ridiculous sometimes. Oh yeah, they did take away all cell phones, I believe. Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't even have one with me. I left it with my friend in Puyallup, along with the tablet that I had. I don't need it now, but yeah, they didn't want any of that stuff there. And I also ended up leaving my vape with my friend, which is a good thing too, because I don't smoke anymore. In fact, vaping sent me to the ER. But this was before, just before I ended up, going to treatment. And I also like how, there's accountability. They will have you go out into the public. You have to go to, like, doctor appointments for you or your kid or whoever, was with you. It's usually, a mother and child or a mom and children or whatever. And, sometimes you'll end up going to, different counselors that are, somewhere else in Spokane. I think it's New Horizons, counseling that's over in Spokane. I think that's the name. We drove by there not too long ago. And I ended up going there, for a couple of sessions, and I was seeing this Samoan counselor, and she was pretty cool. She seemed to get me. And then, once I had graduated from Isabella House, obviously I wasn't going there anymore. And I'm thinking about starting that up again here, finding a therapist here in town or even in Post Falls, because I do have a history of depression, and I'm always depressed. It's at varying degrees, though. Like right now, I feel all right, but there are times when I feel really down, and there are times when I feel really, really down. I mean, really, really down. Yeah, it runs in the family, and it's really sad to see that my 20-year-old, she's struggling with the same thing. So, yeah. Shoot. I'm trying to think of what else I was going to tell you guys about this. Oh, yeah. When I graduated, I did graduate from there with every single possible honor and certificate you could get. You know what I mean? And I thought that was really cool. I was really proud of myself. You know what I mean? It's like if you set your mind to something and you stick with it, even if it takes you a while, you will succeed. You just have to stick with it, stay consistent, and do exactly what you know that you have to do. And I won the prestigious Isabella Award. I have all my certificates and everything. Yeah, sometimes when I'm feeling down, I just go back to that, and it's like, hey, yeah, you made it that far. Just keep on going. Just take one step at a time. And the real downside, though, is, making connections with people there. And sometimes, they don't make it. They leave, either they get kicked out, maybe even they graduate, but they go back to the lifestyle that they were living before that ended them up in that situation in the first place, and they end up not making it. One of the gals I was in a program with there, she ended up passing away. She died of a fentanyl overdose. I remember when I was on the streets, when I had given up all hope. And, I was pregnant with Morgan, but I had given up all hope. It's like, you know what? I will never, ever, ever get any better. I'm going to stay on the streets, and I will never get attached to anybody, and I'll never do this, and I'll never do that. And I feel like God was saying, yeah, let me know how that works out, because I ended up, he pulled me out of the gutter and gave me my life back. And I, started forming connections with people and getting attached to people and creating friendships and, getting close to people. And even people I wasn't close to, just hearing about them passing away, it's kind of, it's very sad. Because they leave people behind that love them. They leave their parents behind. They leave their own children behind. It's absolutely just dreadful. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah. Not good. Well, anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. And like I said, if there's anybody who's watching this right now who's in the Spokane area and you're a female and you're having issues with addiction and you want to get clean, your best bet would be the Isabella House. Yep. Alright, well, I'll probably be back later with another review of something else, because that's what I do, right? If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. Like I said, I'm looking to get 1,000 subscribers by January, and then, like, after January, well, probably, middle of January, I'll pick one person for that $50 Visa gift card I promised. So, yeah. Anyways, talk to you all another time. Bye.